So today I'll be cooking some chicken foot soup. I'm gonna be using pumpkin as my main, you know, um, whether you want to call it a vegetable or so, just to give it that color and flavor. So at the moment the pot is on the fire waiting for that to boil up. I've cut my pumpkin up already, and then I've already just pre-prepared the chicken foot and the other stuff in there. So we've got chocha, we've got carrot, and we've got corn. So, and I've also put some thyme and what we call spring onion, but in Jamaica it would be scallion, isn't it? So yeah, I'm just gonna make some chicken foot soup. It is Saturday. It's a tradition in Jamaica when we do like a Saturday soup. But I didn't decide to do this today. But because I had all the ingredients at hand, I thought I'll do some chicken foot soup. So there you go. A lot of people put their nose up at chicken foot, but it's very tasty. It's obviously good for gluten. It's got a lot of gluten in it and stuff like that. So it's got its benefits, all right? So I'll tell you, I'll show you when it's all done. In a little while, I'll be putting in the chicken foot first. Well, obviously the pumpkin, because I want the pumpkin to boil out. I've also put some Bombay seasoning in there, the old Bombay seasoning, just to give it that little flavor. But obviously, as the pot starts cooking, I'll add the other stuff for flavor, and I'll show you as we go along. Okay. So the pot is starting to boil up, so I'm just gonna put my pumpkin in there. The pumpkin is frozen. I had pre-cut it up and put it in the freezer, so it's a little bit frozen, and I'll let that really bubble up, and then I'll add the other stuff in there after. Okay. Yeah, so I'll be adding some chicken soup mix in the pot. Some people tend to do it nearer to the end of the pot when it's cooked, but I do my thing a little bit different. So I put everything in at once. I put it in at the beginning, because I want everything to sort of flavor up as we go along. Okay. As I said, just to remind you, in here I've got garlic, which is all, and this is the spring onion. So all this is all seasoning that will give that soup flavoring. So I can put these in first just to give it that flavor. I'm also going to put what they refer to as like a Scotch bonnet pepper, but I won't be cutting it up. I'll just put it in whole just to give it again a bit of flavor. All right, I'm just digging around looking for the garlic, which probably I won't find because it's a bit smaller. But what I'll do, once I had everything in there, it will all come together and make sense at the end. Okay. So as you can see, the pumpkin is now cooking with the rest of the seasoning, and I'm going to let that cook for a little while before I add the rest of the items. Okay. The good old pimento seed also gives it a bit of flavor, so I'll be adding some of that in. Okay. So as you can see, the pumpkin is boiled out already, and I'm just going to add my chicken foot and the rest of the items. I will be putting in perhaps some potato and what they call Irish potato, and some sweet potato, but I'll put that in quite last, and what we call some spinners, because we're gonna give the chicken foot time to cook So yeah, so as you can see, the color is now taking, you know, the soup is now taking its color due to the pumpkin I've added. Okay. um During the break, I'd add some ginger cube, I've added garlic cube, and as you can see, those little black things are the pimento. And yes, I've added other things just to give it that flavor as we're going along. So I normally just taste as we go along to see how it's coming along. You'll get the thickness of it as it's cooked and boiled out. But yes, as you can see, the pumpkin is well cooked out, and we're just waiting on the soup to come together. All right, great. So this has brought me to the end of my soup. It's all cooked there. I think that sort of thickness, or you know, would be good really. We've got our chicken foot, we've got yam, potatoes, corn, and yes, and I can't wait to dive in it later on. But everything is all done now. All done. It's just simmering down. Okay. Oops. Mom is divulging into the chicken foot soup. Is that nice?
Mm-hmm.
That nice?
Mm-hmm.
No.